in Hollywood, California. And here's the star of the show and your host,
yeah, cause girls is players too. Play it, baby.
I know nothing with any certainty, but the sight of the stars make me dream.
And we're live.
Oh, I was just typing. Oh, right. Hello. Hello, welcome back to Gaming Podcast, episode 130, I believe. 130, wait. Actually, where's my things?
Yeah,
Let me get my things up.
Hey.
Podcast. Yeah. Well, thingies. Episode 130, featuring myself, ElITEGAMINGGURU. We've got our other panel members, AshtreyGaming, so I'm with the cap on, and Red Dead Panda. She's there. She's
Who? She must be new.
yeah.
I
remembered who you were.
Put a panda there and just leave it as a panda and then talk
or
off from
my
the
pillow.
side so no one can see.
We've got our secretary, Red Dead Panda, and we've got also a wonderful guest today, a good friend of the show, I hope, Infinite Umbra. Welcome, mate. Glad to have you back.
He's our musical guest. Introduce yourself musically. What are you singing today as for your musical segment in the show?
Let me see. Let me make a selection. Love lifters are where we belong.
Yeah.
Hey, Guru, why did you say I guess? He's like a good friend of the show, I guess. I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, I hope you are.
He doesn't want to give you
might like me and Ashtray, but hate Red.
He doesn't want to be too presumptuous, huh? He's like, I guess he is. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean,
No,
we thought Dauntless was a great friend of the show.
Oh.
I mean, Dauntless is a fucking
Turned out he just
psycho.
fancied Red Dead Panda.
Oh,
Actually,
that's
I
what
heard
it
he
was.
fancied you, Elite.
Yeah, and I said no.
He took his advances
I
elsewhere.
do remember
My
you
body's
telling
not
him
willing.
that you had blocked the option to send his your pillow out to him. He wanted a full size pillow, yeah. And you were
wanted a
like,
full-size one.
No.
Yeah.
Not a semi.
Yeah. he wanted one with a laminate lining inside so he could clean it out, he said.
I could believe that too, actually.
Oh,
Imagine him going away on it.
holy shit.
But anyway, a quick shout out to the chat because we're just waffling again. We've got Grey Moned. Welcome, thanks for coming back, Moned. RSJ fan, it's Timmy, and there's some guy called Fark U. I think he's new, or I think he might be Dauntless's alt account.
I think he's your alt account.
Yeah, Fark U. Welcome back, Fark U. You piece of shit. Right, so let's get on to what have we all been up to? Infinite Umbra, what have you been playing? What are you doing? What are you wearing?
Man. I'm wearing the laciest of laces.
Oh.
Yes, call me lacy shit, man.
Tell me more.
That's how.
Tell me more.
Shenanigans.
You're a nut, man. I'm imagining that's how Dauntless is once he gets the pillow. He's like, oh, I got it. No, I'm sorry, Chad. I'm sorry. No, I have been I've been playing a bunch of things, man. I have finished up Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, loved it. I still have a few achievements to get because there was some game issues, glitches wise, that wouldn't allow it to process, so I didn't get the achievement. So I want to get those to finish it. Other than that, great game. If you all have not picked it up, I would highly suggest it. Or if you have Ubisoft Plus, definitely. PALWORLD. PALWORLD, I didn't think it would get me, but it got me. And I put in some time in that. The achievements are not too crazy to get either, so that's actually encourages me more. Fun world to play in with people. I couldn't play it just by myself. I think I'd be bored. But if you play it with people, I think it's one of those games that's really, really fun. It's not without fault, of course, like the music. There's no music. You're just walking around. It's just quiet. And that makes the game feel desolate. So, like, if they add that, I think it'll excel that game even further. As far as everything else, just podcasting here and there. Boom Spot, Xbox Factor, my podcast, The Fix. And then the Gamers Initiative, of course, with you guys. But I have the Infinite podcast later, right? So, but other than that, yeah, happy to be here with you guys always.
Well, thanks for being on the show today, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. You've been playing loads of games. We'll get into Power when we get into that topic. Ashtray, what have you been doing?
Yeah, not much actually. I did.
You
not
played
play
PALWORLD,
anything.
didn't you?
Yeah. I've been playing it this week. Yeah, I'm level 40 something. I don't know. I've been playing it by myself actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. I tend to like playing games by myself generally. Anyway.
Yeah, word it right.
That's just me. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't play anything yesterday at all. Couldn't be fucked. But that and a little bit of Turnip Boy robs a bank just to try that out. So other than that, not much.
Have you played the first one? Have you ever played the first one?
Yeah. Turnip Boy commits tax evasion. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I played that too. Yeah, I liked it.
So yeah, similar kind of game, obviously. Bit of fun there. So I think Red's got some footage of it up today. Yeah. So
I do.
Red, obviously you've been playing it. What else have you been playing?
This week, virtually nothing. I'm pretty pathetic this week. Some Dragon's Dogma and Turnip Boy tax evasion. I'm gonna jump into Destiny 2 just to get the Mass Effect N7 content. I'm a Mass Effect fan. I'm not going to play it, to be honest. I just want the content to say I've got it. If I ever, whatevs. Yeah, I'm pretty pathetic this week. I have not been gaming. I have been very busy with it. We had a long weekend as well, and I've got another sort of long weekend next weekend, or this weekend, sorry. And so just out enjoying life. Yeah. Pretty bland, pretty boring. I'm really just waiting for Dragon's Dogma 2, to be honest. Oh, I did watch the PlayStation Showcase. And so,
why?
Well, I was at work and I was busy doing stuff, and I was like, you know what, two birds, one stone.
40 minutes to kill.
40 minutes to kill while I was working on something in the background, which was really mundane. And I was like, see if I can entertain myself, and I was entertained. And we'll talk about that later. Yeah, and that's me.
Okay, great. So you was entertained while you entertained yourself. We won't go into that too much. Before we go on to me, anyway, just a reminder, thanks to Grey Marinade, that it's Infinite Umbra's birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday, Infinite Umbra.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Yeah.
You guys are ahead of us future-wise, so for you guys, it will be tomorrow. For me, it'll be Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, all right, yeah.
But thank you, I appreciate it.
That's okay. How old will you be? Can you say that? Or
I will be 42.
Oh.
Yeah. Time flies.
Yeah.
Trust me, I have this young girl who I used to talk to, and anytime I talk to her, she never fails to remind me that I'm old now. I'm like, 40 isn't old. She's like, yes, it is. I'm like, okay. So I just have to accept it and just,
Is that why you're not
bow
on
my
cam
head.
today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She in the room with you.
She's in the room with me. Yeah. I have her doing favors for a pillow right now.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What's her face? Red Dead Panda. I just sent you a message on Twitter.
What's her
That's American
face?
for Twitter. I don't know if you got it. Just want to know if that worked. Right. So what have I been playing? You ask. Yes.
No.
Well, I've been playing, not playing PALWORLD anymore. As I said last week, I'm going to wait for it to go to sort of a bigger world and sort of PvP.
Bigger world.
Do that kind of thing.
The map is massive, dude.
Yeah, I mean more people. I mean like 32 people rather than, was it 4 at the moment?
That's completely different. Yeah.
Yeah,
how many
no,
players per world. Yeah.
Yeah, I want more people and I want to be PvP as well. So yeah, so I'm gonna wait for that to kick in. I've been playing a lot of Starfield. I can't stop playing it, to be honest. I'm loving it since the NG mode. So I've been all I'm doing now is Starfield, going around being evil, killing people, and creating ships. So, and we've got Holly joining us in the chat now. Yeah, and just being really mean, which I'm going to do a video of me killing people, really, people that you probably shouldn't be killing, and just going on killing spree places. But yeah, I'm loving the game. Loving designing ships. Actually, I love just going around getting lots of money and just creating my own ships and seeing what styles I can do. So there. So that's what I'm playing right now. I sent a clip. Oh, for anyone that don't know, is Red still there? My cat passed away. You probably might have heard the cat on in previous videos, just meowing in the background, just been an annoyance, or maybe sitting on my lap. So my cat passed away this morning, and it's very sad. In fact, I've done a little. I don't know if Red got my message.
I did, and I replied. Did you get mine?
No. Is it possible to work?
Yes, but I have a question.
Oh.
So we are so ready today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'd like
Plain black screen. Yeah. So I'd just like everyone to do a 30-second silence for my cat George.
In a second.
While we play this short interruption. So bow your heads now. We'll do a 30-second silence. Thank you, Ashtray fan. Welcome. Yeah, rest in peace, George.
R.I.P. George.
R.I.P.
Yes.
So, on with the show. Right, where's my topics?
Same place they always are.
Yeah, my thing's not working very well. I don't think it's because we've got a camera, but everything keeps freezing that. That's why everything's a bit behind. There's a bit of a delay. Right, so, on to topic number one.
One.
PALWORLD success on Xbox. Now, despite many people saying all the sales and everyone playing it is on Steam, there's nobody playing it on Xbox at all. Apparently, Bucky, who is he? He's not. Is he a dev?
He's the community manager.
Community manager, right? The community manager, Bucky, has come out and keeps posting stuff about PALWORLD, updates, giving people updates on it. So it's got 19 million players so far. How long's it been out? 3 weeks.
A week.
2 weeks.
Just over a week.
Right, so it's got 19 million players. 12 million of which are on Steam, and 7 million are on Xbox. So they've just done a big thank you to that. So that's like mad. Well, firstly, it just kills a narrative that Xbox players don't play games and we're not playing that game. And second, that's just massive. In a week, 19 million. That's just that game's gonna see a massive success, isn't it? Really.
Absolutely.
I think it's still going,
like,
isn't it?
what?
I think it's
60% of what the game is offering is available, I think, in early access.
Yeah.
It's still got a lot more content to put into the game anyway. I'm looking forward to seeing what raids look like. Yeah.
Am I the only one that thought that Red was about to start singing? I thought you were about to start singing when you did that.
I thought so. No.
60%. I'm like, okay, go ahead.
No, I was not about to start singing. That is not happening. That's just a no.
Hey, I'm here to facilitate this for you. I hope I'll sing background.
I mean,
But
if you
no,
want your ears to bleed, I can sing if you want. I really can. But if you like your hearing, then no.
Yeah. We'll reserve it for another time, just in case.
Yeah.
I have to be real wasted. Yeah. And I don't, it's not even like, it's only just hit 11 over here, so no, I'm good.
We've got people in the chat. We've got Abdul join us and Ellie. State of mid indeed, and Holly as well. I think I've already mentioned Holly. Thank you, Holly. I know he was a good mate. 17 years old he was. So yeah, I'm sick because usually I'll be in this room with him. So it's like he's not in this room anymore now. So it's like weird.
I am.
Go on, sorry.
Really sorry about your cat, Elite, but I also want to ask why the vet didn't offer a 2-for-1 deal and also euthanize you.
God damn.
I'm really sorry. I love you. That's me. I'm horrible.
That is well toxic.
That, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's still a good question, though.
Yeah, it is. Like, I had to pose it.
It's almost like every podcast we do now. She wants someone dead, isn't it? It seems to be an ongoing theme.
Right.
Yeah.
It is.
It seemed like she was trying to be frugal, like 2-for-1 and save some money. And
I mean, that's why I subbed to Game Pass, saving money. Like,
Maybe when I go, you can come with me.
No.
And then we share a coffin.
No.
We can sort of like
the cost to get
top and tails in it.
either one of us
Who's on top of it?
is astronomical.
We can top and tails.
Anyway.
So, anyway, anyone's thoughts then on the success of PALWORLD on Xbox and PlayStation and how it's just still continuing to succeed?
I think it's really successful when all these like little video like YouTube channels start making like parody videos on the content. Like, does anyone watch Viva La Dirt League? Which is
I'm not sure of that one, but I have seen
seen
parody
a couple
types.
of videos actually in our group chat and on Twitter. But there's one where they have these different I'm really bad today. Stories. And one of them is about Skycraft, and they do like a little NPC man story and all this other stuff. And they've gone and blatantly kind of making fun of the fact that PALWORLD is clearly stealing some of the ideas from Pokemon. And so they've just kind of said it's Skycraftmon and use the same sort of preference and then just change some of the wording even for the music. And then this guy comes in like, they've just changed his name from Gary, and such. It's just they're just making fun of PALWORLD in that way. And even Reckless Comedy did a skit as well with Xbox Girl and Switch Girl and that. So if you haven't watched those, I do recommend watching those. They're kind of funny. Yeah.
One eternity
Thanks. I will get there. Yeah. I should have just had them up on screen, but then I would have had to sort the audio for them. And it's
interesting, isn't it? Free advertising, everyone. There we go. If you need to read that, Panda, advertising other people's YouTube channels.
I am never finished. Don't ever ask a girl if she is finished, because the answer is no.
There you go, Elite. That's a life lesson for you, man.
I don't know. I've usually left the room watching telly when it's over, when I'm done.
He's like, I got mine. You don't know about
I got mine.
I'm sorted. I can leave.
Key, if she's sluggy, I'll throw her a tissue.
Throw some change and be like, here's your cat
clean yourself
fare.
up.
He said, clean yourself up.
Wipe yourself off. You're done.
You're dead.
I hope you brought your own box of Kleenex.
Walk out the room and throw her a coat.
Man, and they're watching football at the moment after he's finished off.
After, you mean during?
Sorry to take it away from what we're talking about. PALWORLD.
Yeah, PALWORLD.
We just don't stick to topics at all.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
It's Umbra's fault.
It's a comedy show. This is a great comedy show.
Yeah. PALWORLD then. Red, in your opinions on it?
I started
Oh,
it.
yeah, yours.
And then I was talking to someone else and I went off and played something else with them. But I have to go back to it. But I can see how it is so easy to sink lots of hours into it. I guess the introduction of the different gameplay mechanics in it is pretty straightforward and there's not a lot of like real high learning curve. And I actually really liked it. And I know they've got more updates coming for the game. I think it's going to continue to go crazy. I know Umbra likes to steal Anubis from Casual, and did you ever give Anubis back, Umbra?
I did under the pressure that he get me
Under
one.
duress?
So under duress. So I forced him to find me a boss level Anubis who was bigger than his. Then I relinquished him.
Yeah.
Like, you may have your slave
You
back.
may have the peasant version. Here's your peon.
Yes. Yes, here's your peon. Give me my King Anubis. No, I've been laughing my ass off at that game, and I have seen some of these parodies. Typically, they always tie into like
Cannibalism?
slavery. No slavery.
Oh, slavery. I like the ones that talk about like cannibalism.
Cannibalism, yeah.
No, the ones that always crack me up because it's very clearly like you're abusing these things, these animals, and putting them to work. So it's kind of hilarious if you look at it in that way.
Yeah.
Then did you all see PETA trying to jump into it like oh, the digital animals, you can't treat them this way. I'm like, it's just stop.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna have people abuse them even worse now. But no, I just find the discourse around it hilarious, honestly.
Did you see that one person who put the post up for that, what we're talking about, the 12 million 12 million Steam players, and then someone then it had the 7 million Xbox players, and then someone edited the post to go 0 PlayStation players.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. I'm sure that chapped their ass right there.
Yeah, and like people have already pointed out, that's only 5 million difference between Xbox and PC, and there's more people on Steam than there is on Xbox. So that's pretty close, and that's really good to see. People say, "Oh, but it's on Game Pass." Well, that's the point of Game Pass.
Yeah,
is to have people play it.
Well, we're already paying the
those
amount
numbers,
to access it.
Exactly right, and those numbers are massive, bigger than PlayStation games get. I mean, look at Spider-Man 2's numbers compared to this.
Yep. So
this
true.
is taken off way bigger, and it's a cheaper game as well.
Yeah.
Well, we have.
It's one of those things that I was telling somebody. It's like a lightning in a bottle situation. Nobody thought it was going to do this. They didn't think it. Microsoft didn't think it, but they had the wherewithal to say, "Hey, let's reach out and get all these different third-party games here in this service. It's in preview now still, so they don't have to sell it full price or whatever the case may be. Whatever, you got it here in this service. Yeah. It's experimental. You can try it out for free as part of what you paid already." Some people get real extra when you say free. Well, you're paying for Game Pass. I'm like, all right, calm down. Don't attack me. For us, it feels like it's free because we pay this little bitty part of for a service, and we're getting tons of games, excellent games at that. And now we have this, and it's lightning in a bottle. And now a lot of our Hoove brothers are salty about it, and they don't want to admit to that. And that's why they try to downplay the success on Xbox. Well, that's on Steam. And then they clarified and said, well, it's 7 million on Xbox. That's a W. There's no other way around it. And it's like you said, Ashtray, it's like that's more than first-party PlayStation games in a lot of cases. You know what I mean? Like even Spider-Man, that's a major IP. And this game right here is putting so many of those games to shame.
Yep, especially in this time frame, too. It's only been just over a week. and those numbers are massive.
Exactly.
Yes, Elite.
Cost entry.
And I think Xbox seems to be doing well with these little sort of small titles at the moment because remember Vampire Survivors was also on Xbox exclusive, wasn't it, at first for the first year? And I believe was it on Game Pass or was it just free?
I
think it was on
it
Game
Pass, wasn't it?
Pass from memory.
And that was a massive success as well, wasn't it? Remember, and all the PlayStation fans hated on that game.
Yeah,
it got
it came
snubbed
out on
at the
PC
Game Awards.
first.
Yeah. But that's like another gem that they got. And now this game, and they've been doing quite well with these little sort of indie games that are just flying. They're just coming out and just doing massive.
Do you want to read the super chat?
Yeah. Yes, I do. And as I say, talking of Game Pass, the fantastic Highlander 001 does an amazing $5 Roonies donation. Game Pass saves me money so I can buy games that are not in Game Pass. I need a family plan as I have 4 kids and free play COD. Wow. Thanks for Super Chat, mate. Really appreciate that. Yes. Well, I hope they do that family plan soon. The actual Game Pass family plan thing where you can have all under one sort of thingy.
I can tell you it's good when we
Yeah.
were
Oh, you've
using
got it, haven't you?
No, they had it as a temporary thing, and then when it finished up, I got some free months of Game Pass out of it.
Oh wow, that's good.
But and that was everyone who was on the family plan. But it was really good when we were using it. Saved me some money. I was happy about that because we had five invites available. So yourself and then 4 other people you can invite to the family plan. So hopefully after all the details all the information that they got from that, they come up with a new version and release it worldwide.
Yeah,
nice.
And I was just gonna say on top of that, yes, Game Pass does save you money. I mean, I tend to actually be buying more games now. Now I'm sort of buying less games because I've got Game Pass, so I'm playing a lot of the first party games sort of through Game Pass. I tend to have more money now, so now I'm buying more third party games that I wouldn't normally buy. Did anyone else find themselves doing that?
Yeah.
Or did you always just all buy? Because I didn't really buy many games before, but now I've this last year I must have bought about 4 games, and that's a lot for me.
That is a lot for you.
Yeah, it is a lot for me.
Considering you went like 2 years without buying a game.
yeah, I know. So because I just play through Game Pass, but now it seems to be just buying games now. And this year I'm going to buy Star Wars, the new Star Wars game. And what was the other thing I was looking at
I'm
for
buying Dragon's
buying
Dogma, but I'm going halvesies. I'm game sharing.
I might buy that. Yeah, I might buy that one as well. But yeah, also because that's the benefit as well with Xbox is that you can game share anyway. So whatever you do buy, you game share. Farq's done a donation of £2, and he's left a message. I can't read it. It's really small, so I just
you want me to read it? I can read it for you.
No, it's all right. No, it's just
Umbra
it's
needs
not
to
readable.
read it. Umbra, go for it.
It's not readable.
Do it in your musical voice. No.
Let's see. Hashtag delete elite. Delete elite. Delete elite. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you, Umbra, for being such a good sport.
Indeed.
And shout out to Farq for always making Elite feel welcome on this podcast.
Yeah,
we appreciate
thank you
it.
for that.
Yeah.
And £2 is like 20 Australian dollars. So that's
Yeah,
very good.
so you could buy a house. If you was on Australia.
Yeah, exactly. And a car and a yacht.
Yeah, and if you're Red Dragon, a wife.
Oh,
But anyway,
I don't know if their standards are that low over in
Shit.
Australia though. So
that was a low blow, wasn't it?
God damn.
yeah, I think they have low
Just a
standards in
quick shout
Australia.
out to the guys in the chat. It's Boba Fett's birthday today too, by the way. So
As
shout
well.
out to Boba.
Wow.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Boba! Make sure you give him a beautiful
Boba.
message. Yeah.
Boba. I need a pole, don't I, so I can dance in it from Boba.
Don't. No, you don't. No, not at all. Not whatsoever.
You
Now
know
I
he's
started to
never
feel
coming back
uncomfortable
again,
now.
right?
Do you like Peter?
I don't
Jedi?
want that birthday message.
I'll send you them all the time, pretending I don't.
All right,
And she makes me keep my socks on. Right. Yeah. So where was we? So should we move on to the next topic then?
You still didn't finish the
I
rest
just
of
wanna-
Boba. You Boba.
Bulbous
You need to
Bulba.
sing Happy Birthday
come
to
on,
him
man.
in that voice.
Come on.
The whole Happy Birthday song, Elite, at some point. Record it, send it to him. Not on the
Send it
show
to him.
today.
Yeah, so play it
Even
on his
by-
birthday really out loud to the family.
Yeah.
You serious?
I am.
Just want to say a quick shout out to the whole chat. We've got Monad, we have Timmy, we have Jedi, we have Fuck You, we have Boba, thank you so much, and we have many more. I have to scroll up to find them. Eli, Ellie, Holly, RSJ fan,
Got a good group in it today. Yeah, boy.
Abdel144. I hope I said your name right. I'm really bad with names. I just want to apologise on that front.
You're so white.
But yeah, PALWORLD. I just also want to point out that, like, clearly Xbox did a great job with that gamble and chose a game, and they didn't realise how successful it was going to be. So kudos to them. They had no.
Well, it probably wasn't gonna. It probably hasn't costed them that much anyway. I mean, they had Craftopia in when that a couple of years ago for that
curious to
as
know
well.
what their contract was like. As to, is it every sale or is it every person installing? Like, do they get something on top of that? That'd be quite interesting to see what benefits they got, because the amount of money that they made, even just off Steam, is insane.
Absolutely massive.
Wait until the MTs drop in, which I'm sure there will be.
Wait until
Yeah.
dawn.
Yeah.
Let's just hope that they put that money back into the game and expand it like they say they're going to.
They can hire
Yeah.
more developers now to help with the game on things that they aren't 100% familiar with when it comes to game development.
Well, Xbox already assisted them, aren't they? Apparently, with
They're sending
trying to get
people
sort of the
over 'cause of
updates.
dedicated servers, other people to help with like CPU performance and GPU performance and all this other stuff. Yes, so they're sending people over, and I'm like, yes, do it
It
now.
feels like get his foot in the door quick.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But the devs might need that. The devs might need that money to pay for lawsuits against the that Pokemon company.
Yeah,
Because they're investigating still, aren't they? So
Do you think they're gonna?
See what
Just got it
happens there.
quiet. Do you think they're gonna take it really serious, or do you think they just said that because they have to say something? Because all the PlayStation fanboys are including them in Twitter messages and saying, "Oh, do something, sue them."
I think they're definitely going to investigate it, 100%.
Yeah.
But I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think that they have enough to stand on.
No, because it's a game that's like it. But how many games? You could go to any game and say, "Oh, it's like this game." Stop
Someone
them.
went through the whole PAL deck in each PAL and looked at them, and I can't remember how many PALs there are in total, but only 8 of them actually sort of resemble Pokemon out of all of the PALs.
So
I
you
think
could
in the
just
last
remove those
update
eight.
they
Yeah,
added
worse.
more,
Oh,
but
so
there
there
was
might be
originally
more.
111.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, there were like 111. Some of them, I mean, I don't know if they'll get away with it or not. Nintendo has some, they're notorious for being litigious. I don't know if they'll get away with it. But, so yeah, some of these pals definitely look like some Pokemon. Anubis,
Yeah.
of course, is, I forgot the one he's copied off of, or at least inspired from. But it's very obvious, some of them, right? I don't know how far they'll get away with it, but I want them to succeed, because I think PALWORLD could be something big. And I think it's like having Xbox and PlayStation be healthy. They push competition.
is good,
Yeah, so you have PALWORLD out there that keeps Nintendo and that Pokemon company honest. They have to put out good stuff. The last efforts they put out was trash.
They've been resting on
Nintendo
their laurels,
diehards will
yeah,
tell you
I
that.
would agree with
Exactly.
you, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good thing. I think if this is successful, leading up into its eventual sequel and everything else.
I said ages ago, Phil should have went to Nintendo and see if he could put Pokemon on Game Pass.
He doesn't
And
need to
maybe this
now.
is what he got. No, he doesn't have to, because Pokemon would have been massive on Game Pass. But it doesn't. Won't bother with it now. What was the name of that creature you just said? Infinite.
Anubis.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
Anubis.
I thought we said clitoris. Imagine having that and you throw that at people.
I choose you, clitoris.
Let me guess, you
Clitoris,
haven't,
and you
you haven't
flunch it.
found either
What
recently.
famous move does it use? Squirt?
It's a water type.
Yeah.
Waterboard!
Or is there a smelly type?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
It's when it
That must
evolves.
be an English thing.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
That's what it evolves. It gets green.
Fuck.
Anyway,
So
let's move on to the next topic. Insomniac speak out about toxic behaviour. So I don't know if you guys have seen this. I know, right? As it opened up, Rooney. It's really slow. God damn it. God damn camera. Whose idea was that? Yeah.
that was your idea. Yeah. I was quite happy and you just rolling out of bed going bare minimum effort, but like
oh, here we go, and then nudging you and saying, "Wake up, Red."
I have to like brush my hair in the morning. I have to, you know. I can't just,
Yeah, okay. You can't just roll out. Yeah. That's why you keep waking me up. Right, so Insomniac devs forced to speak out against social media abuse over the lack of Spider-Man 2 updates. So members of the Insomniac Games development team have been forced to speak out against the online abuse they are receiving over the lack of Marvel Spider-Man 2 update. I always throw Marvel in front of it. It's not just Spider-Man 2, it's Marvel Spider-Man 2, just to make sure Sony are aware it doesn't belong to them.
It's also to differentiate between the other Spider-Man 2s out there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But they're all Marvel, aren't they?
Yeah, but none of them say Marvel in the name.
Oh.
This is Insomniac's vision. Sorry, continue interrupting.
Yeah, when they put Insomniac Spider-Man 2 then?
Anyway.
Because they don't own it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The problem was first brought to light. Let's read some of this thing. Sending violent death threats to game developers over game development things is childish and just plain fucking stupid, they said. Brilliant. I actually swore. I'm trying to find if they've got any of their threats in here.
No, I couldn't see anything.
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
Because I think they're sent by email or something.
Yeah. First time, this isn't the first time select members of the Marvel Spider-Man community have resorted to abusing the game's creators. Oh, this isn't the first time since, as Mary Jane Watson's face model, Sarah Tyler Jones, was harassed last month in the statement. So they're just so toxic, the PlayStation fans, aren't they? They really hate shit.
Just
to Spider-Man fans, she's
developers. They go nuts.
Yeah, that was Jade, though, wasn't it? In a statement addressed to Spider-Man fans. JTech, which one?
JTech, and that
both
was
of them,
other people on Twitter, like not the devs specifically.
Oh, not the developers. Oh, it's all right then. In a statement addressed to Spider-Man fans, she said, "Over the weekend, some followers crossed boundaries. One even went to the extent of calling my workplace and leaving multiple voicemails, wanting to speak with me and requesting I call back." They're weird. PlayStation fans are just weird and stalkery and weird and shameful.
You were desperate. You were
yes, that was. Yeah.
You were actually calling
really
to ask why she hasn't ordered your new human pillow of yourself.
Yeah, my new pillow. Yeah. Because what she wasn't aware is I was going to send her a pillow, but I was going to be in it. Yeah. Surprise!
I apologize, Umbra.
I'm gonna start calling him the My Pillow guy.
Yeah,
oh, no.
He's got an only pillow. I just burst out account. Yeah.
Only me.
His one subscriber is Dauntless.
But he buys so many of them.
I will quit gaming.
He needs one for each of his alt accounts.
Yeah, well, eight of them. Yeah. So, what's your guys' thoughts on the toxic Sony fan base continuously harassing the developers that they want to support, and just being generally toxic against their own studios and just everyone in media just because they're not getting their own way? It's like really, they're just
special.
They're just the worst, aren't they? Really, they're just really entitled, aren't they? I mean, yes, there should be better updates, but
well, yeah. Absolutely, for such a big budgeted game.
Sony never update their games. They should know this by now.
Well, they do, but
well, you pay £10 and then you get an update, or you pay £30 and get a remaster.
I think the update is making the Sugar Cube character part of the actual game, and that's
I thought it was the update.
But whether these guys have games or not, they're all the same. They always do this shit constantly, and it's like it's not going to get you anywhere. But they don't see it that way. They think, oh, if I harass these people, we'll get what we want, and that's just not how it works. So
Yeah.
like, are these guys mentally disturbed? Are they 12? Like, what is there's something there that's not right, regardless. Because, you know, it's rare to hear that it happens on the Xbox side. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. We've heard of some cases in the past, but it's super rare. And I think that's because the Xbox is a console for gamers.
And we actually play games.
are
We're
you
not
doing?
playing Twitter. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's like,
I mean, look,
want
we
you
jump
to
on Twitter
really
just to
look
piss
at me
them
and get
off.
my good angle.
Yeah. No, put it in the way of my little tabs. I can't see my buttons. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, sorry, Ashtray, continue.
Continue.
No, look, it's just, look, it's just, I was pretty much done anyway with what I was going to say. But yeah, it's just not like they're going to get what they want by doing it. And it's just a big waste of time. And it just makes them and their community look even more ridiculous than they already are.
It does. I'm going to quickly interrupt you because that's what I love to do, Astray, especially when you're talking. But Umbra, I know you're on mute. Hopefully you're back. I don't know if you're back or not.
Yeah, I haven't gone anywhere.
Did you see Jedi Knight Peter put $10 in and said #delete, please don't get Umbra to sing it this time. Are you going to stand for that? How do you feel?
I won't.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to sit down and sing it now.
Yeah.
I won't stand for that at all.
Yeah. Pledge of Allegiance.
Delete. Yes. How can I sing this for him? See, he said that because he wanted me to sing it.
Exactly.
That's what it was.
Reverse psychology. Yeah.
Exactly. Jedi Knight Peter drops $1 redo. $10 here. Delete you poo. He says delete. Please don't get Umbra to sing it this time. I don't know how to present that. But yes, there you go, Pete. You got all your dollar redues worth.
Thank you very much, Jedi Peter. I really appreciate that. But I'll tell you what, if you donate 100, Umbra will take his top off.
It's true.
I mean,
donate 50 and Red will take hers off.
Oh, why is it less?
Yeah. Yeah. And, just show up in the chat and, Elite will send you a pillow. I'm sorry for everyone who's in the chat.
Fuck, everyone just left.
And I could be one of them.
Fuck you, just very quickly says they're entitled pieces of shit. And I agree. 100% with PlayStation fans. The really toxic ones,
Facts.
They are ridiculously like, I would say just human excrement. Like, just disgusting.
Fanboys suck a whole lot of dick. I mean, well, I do too, but...
Yes, exactly what he
King
said.
trash.
We've seen it time and time again, and they just keep topping themselves. And like, oh no, it's Alex and Fratanga. They just have so many videos all the time each week, and all the other YouTube content creators that actually put content out every week based on the stupid things that they do. Less so around the Xbox people because we have games to play. But yeah, we don't just sit there and play Twitter 24/7.
Well, that's what Alex keeps saying. He said, I'm quite happy to attack Xbox gamers, but they're nowhere near as toxic as PlayStation fans.
No,
they do it to themselves.
I mean,
Did you see Amazing Lucas? His recent video, how racist he was on his video.
What?
I don't. His video
Did
was
you see that?
very
I saw it.
interesting.
Japanese
I saw him lose his
stuff.
mind.
He was doing the Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the
man.
French
I saw it.
stuff. His reaction
I
to
didn't see
the
that.
showcase was quite offensive. And he said something about being schizophrenic, and like he then.
I mean, that dude is weird
And then
anyway,
he
though.
played it off that it was
I've
a
always
different
thought that.
personality of his, and then he was like, "Why would anyone trash Kojima after he'd just been trashing Kojima?"
It was mocking the way he speaks, mocking the way Japanese speak.
Yeah, that was all.
Yeah.
part of the
Really?
tirade, yeah.
It's-
I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
He was going
Far
full
out.
in.
You do need to go watch his PlayStation.
Well, the video, and it
showcase
is amazing. I'm surprised he's just not been, I'm not an advocate for it. I'm not saying this. So I'm surprised people have not gone to his channel yet and reported it. They got him banned. YouTube. But it's just massive racist. It's like, wow, man, really? You're going there? And then at the end of it, he just, we'd rather than play PlayStation. He just blames Xbox. It says Xbox's fault this is happening.
I saw that
What
bit.
the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, he did. He was like,
Why?
"These are Xbox games. We're getting Xbox games, and this might be alright on your side, but it's not okay on PlayStation." I was like,
Yeah. It's just
PlayStation
weird.
diversify.
The theme is the same with these guys. The theme is exactly the same. They're all deranged weirdos.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy to blame Xbox for another. Well, Red thought it was all right, but I didn't bother watching it, but because I don't give a shit. But it was the third party basically. So I mean, it's mid. It's not a friggin' PlayStation show if you're showing third party stuff, and even games that aren't even coming out this year. What the hell's that?
Yeah.
This just proves again, and people have said it on Twitter, that there's no roadmap for their first party studios. They've got nothing. They're in bigger, deeper trouble than they should have at least showed something for Wolverine.
That's meant to be out next year, apparently.
Well,
yeah.
They only showed, and we're going to talk about it.
What are they
shortly.
doing?
They only showed second party and third party games. There was no first party on their showcase whatsoever.
No.
So what the hell's that?
I think Helldivers is like
Second
pseudo.
party.
Yeah,
That's
second
second
party
party.
technically. That's
But
true. Because
technically
they own the
it's,
IP, but yeah.
It's a multiplayer game, right? Considering it's coming
That-
to PC and
Yeah,
console.
multi-plat.
Yeah.
True.
Oh shit! You know what we've done? We've gone straight on to the next topic.
Sorry, we have.
Should we just keep running into it?
Speaking of
go.
irrelevant,
State of play. That's it.
You really had to
Let's
throw
go to the
that
next
to
topic.
him. You really
Cued you
had to
in,
throw
right?
that to him. You're like, come on. I'm
You
pretty
need to
sure
look
Let's go
mine's
into topic,
elite.
state of
This
play
is all
topic.
scripted, and you've missed a line.
Right. He gave you the old hand. Go ahead. That's your cue.
Enter stage left.
Right.
Oh yeah, let's go straight into state of play. I watched it. Did you watch it, Umbra?
I did. What do you want to give me my full thoughts on it, or you want to ask me a specific question on it?
Should we each first give our ratings? And chat, I want you to put down your ratings for it in the chat. Let's first all give our ratings for it, and then we can sort of go through our opinions on
everything in it.
why.
Okay.
I was watching it live. I was on scene. I gave it a 4.
You gave it a 4. Fair
That's still
And
generous.
my reasoning is that it was a 5 until Hargate sort of give his scoring of a 4 as well, and reasons why. And then I thought, yeah, actually he's right. I probably was being too generous of a 5, and I dropped it to a 4. There was no first party. I think there was 2, maybe 3 remasters, wasn't there? Some of the games are awful. Death Stranding 2, it just looks sort of more of the same. It might have had a bit more gun combat, but it just looks more of the same. And it's not out now. It's not out for another year or so. So I don't know what the hype for that game is. So, and then his other game is like a movie, which he actually said was a movie. And the other 2 games, which I'm confused about, which everyone was hyped for, was the first, the Stellar Blade. The moment it showed, I thought it was Nier Automata. I said, that's Nier Automata, isn't it? It just looks like a complete replica of Nier. And then what was the other game they showed? Oh, Helldivers, I can't see the point in it. That'd be a fantastic game if it was multiplayer. If it was a massive online multiplayer game, like Battlefield.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's just like two players, isn't it?
I think there's 3?
It's either 3 or 4.
players?
Yeah, I'm thinking
What's the
3 or
point?
4.
Helldivers, 4
What's
players?
the point though? If that was online, if that was like Battlefield with massive like 32 people and the other side against the AI, that'd been amazing. And even if you could play the aliens, the other players could play the aliens, that'd have been an amazing game. Just a 4-player co-op game against sort of AI. It's just I can't see the point in it. I really can't see the point. It looks like it should be big, massive, and something that should go against your Call of Duties or perhaps your Battlefields, but it's not that. It's always just a 4-player shoot 'em up.
You know what?
Shoot 'em up.
I don't know if I would put it in the class of competing against those major heavies right there, right? And
no, not competing against, but it should have.
Yeah.
It would have been more to that vein, kind of that a proper FPS.
I suppose, but like think of
it
it
looks
like
good,
this.
but
Yeah, think of it like this though. It's like it's a third-person shooter. and they're trying to stay in the lane of something closer to Outriders. Because I don't think, I don't think it's a AAA project. Yeah, it's like a AA project for sure. So that's the way I look at it for that. I'm not Helldiver. It's so bad I have to give them one of our games. Helldivers. Helldivers 2 actually looks really good to me. It looks like Outriders meets Starship Troopers. Yeah, that's the best way I can describe it. But I do agree with you that our Hoove brothers are not going to play that like that. They're really not. It's just not their style of gaming.
No, they're not going to play it.
It will make perfect sense on Xbox. It will make it's perfect.
I would love to play it. It looks good.
I would too. I'm going to get it eventually.
PC, you're going to play it.
I might get it on Steam that'll make it easier, I think. But it is smart that they at least parlayed it into that, so they're learning.
Wait, you're going to bankroll and support Sony by playing it on Steam, Umbra? What?
Yeah,
Even an Xbox.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I have to wait until it's like bargain bin, and then it won't matter for them.
Then they can't get it.
That's a good point. Yeah. That's a good point. You're right. I started going astray. I'm glad you corrected me on that. No, but I feel like you did. It's one of those games that they would have been wise to put everywhere. I think. Honestly, I think it would excel if it was on Xbox. It's just not something that's made for PlayStation. It's just not their style because they've trained their gamers to be single player, over the show, the third person action game. That's what they've trained them. So any game outside of that. And this is why they have such a lack of diversity over there on PlayStation Now, their side, because they've trained them to that. Now their fans want only that. See, we have diversity, genuine diversity over here. Game Pass has trained us the opposite way, where Sony used to be diverse. Now they're very, even straight and narrow to just one specific type of genre, and that's to their detriment. But as far as the show, I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. Not bad, but not great. If I were to be honest, because there's some games I absolutely did not care about, but I'll go into it more after you guys give your ratings.
Yeah, I was just saying, Death Stranding 2 is not out till 2025. It says here, so. So once again, why didn't they? Is that if they showed no first party? Does that mean they got no first party plan for 2024 or 2025? Because they're showing games as far beyond as 2025. But they didn't show any first parties. So that means they got no first party now for the next 2 years. Or if they have, why wouldn't they have thrown them in there?
They're pushing it all to 2025. They're stacking 2025. They are.
But why have they not shown any games for that?
Well, Wolverine is delayed.
That's 2025 too, right? Supposedly.
Potentially Venom DLC for Spider-Man 2. That could be this year.
That's true.
That could maybe announced later on in the year to release in like holiday of this year. But I just want to point out we missed this one. It's $2 super chat from Highlander. Only thing I hate is pineapple on pizza. I love pineapple on pizza, so I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm with Highlander on this. Actually, I love pizza. I love pineapples, but you can't mix them together.
I love cooked pineapple. Like in New Zealand, you go to the fish and chip shop and you get
fish and chip.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying fish and chips, which is what you guys like to think that we say. And you like always for the dessert thing, I get like a pineapple fritter, and so it's like deep fried. It's got like cinnamon and sugar on the outside of it. And it's delicious. It's amazing. But
sounds kind of good.
It is. Really
but see, like I've always been weird like that. Maybe I'm weird because, like, even if you get like a baked good, if you give me a cake and it has fruit in it, I don't want the cake. Like that's how I am. Like those things don't belong on each other or in each other to me. You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm weird like that. Well, give me a straight pepperoni pizza and I'll keep it moving.
I don't like pepperoni pizza because it's too oily.
What?
Yeah, it's way too oily for me. Yeah.
Get out. Anyway, back to the topic.
I was actually just going to quickly shout out to some of the people in chat. We've got Vinny in here. We have Risket, who wanted to say ooh for us going on camp specifically because he could now see what Elite looked like. And
Risket for the biscuit.
Yeah. As I said, I think he fancies me, Risket. I didn't want to admit it. He's been in my DM. He's been sliding into my DMs a lot
He's been
lately. This kid.
Sergeant Sentinel
slippery
Gaming, thank you for joining us.
I think he wants the
Wants
E.
the pillow. He wants the pillow
Yeah.
too.
Pete gave it an
It's
A.
BE.
Yeah. Send me one.
Is that a small E?
Yeah.
Is that a SEM-E?
Pete very quickly added that he gave the show an 8. Fark, you gave it a 6, and Highlander gave it a 7. I know, Umbra, you said you gave it a 6.5.
So you all scored quite well then.
A lot of ponies in
Elite,
the
you
chat.
gave it a 4.
Yeah.
Ashtray, what did you give? What did you give? The
I didn't
showcase?
watch it, but the fact that there was no first party, Ghost of Tsushima, I can't even say it. 2 wasn't even there or showcased.
It was Ronan.
That was 1.5.
Which
Yeah,
look like Sekiro. They look like Sekiro.
I can't
Okay,
really
Ronan.
score it because I didn't watch it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'd give it like a 3 or something.
Ashtray letting the team down this week.
It's a PlayStation show. I don't give a shit. Okay? But I did see morons out there trying to say that it knocked
Fair.
the
Damn
Xbox
correct.
showcase
Out?
out, and I'm like,
It
what?
did not. It did not.
not.
How?
How?
And we had Indiana Jones, for Christ's sake.
We
Like
showed
that
first
alone
party,
killed everything.
like, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if we
Like,
use
that
their
makes
own,
no sense.
if we use their own arguments against them, the fact that there was no first party at their showcase just makes it an L automatically.
Exactly, right?
Some of the games they showed are coming to Xbox, like Judas. Like what? Like why would I be like?
Dragon's
Yeah,
Dogma
exactly.
too.
Exactly. Like why would I be mad about that being there? That doesn't do
Yeah.
anything against Xbox.
I gave it a 6.5 to 7, and I think
We
that's
didn't ask.
purely just because of I looked at this and I'm like, anything was better than the showcase they showed last year with Baby Steps.
So true.
And that show was absolutely appalling in comparison. And I'll just quickly change our.
It's more or less the same. It's just a lot more third party, just like that show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's basically an Xbox show.
Yeah.
We're seeing games that are coming to Xbox.
Yeah, it was pretty. I mean, if you look at it as a like Sony showing what they've got planned as their roadmap for their games, then it was completely like a 0. But if you look at it like there were games for me that I knew I would be playing on the Xbox side, so I didn't mind seeing more content on that in that space. And I think we consistently had the argument of when Xbox had showcases and they lit it in first party and they had a lot of third party and then there were still games for us to play and that supplemented what we were getting in first party. I think there was some good call outs for different games coming, but again their roadmap is looking pretty lackluster and I'm rather sad for them. I think what really stood out for me was just Death Stranding 2 actually looked like that should have been the first game that they delivered, rather than the no one knew what the fuck they were trying to deliver with Death Stranding 1 as a parcel delivery simulator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you said something really interesting there, Red. You said that being that it wasn't a first-party showcase, that it was a 0.
I mean, if
But
you're
that's
if
what a
you're doing a
State of
comparison,
Play
if
is
you're
supposed
looking
to
at
be a
it from
Sony show.
that, and you're going, I showed up to look at what they're going to deliver first party, then that's a 0. But if you're going into the mindset of knowing that you're probably going to be seeing third party, there's still going to be games that I will be interested in. It's not moving the needle for Xbox guys, but there were some games on the PlayStation side that they're looking at going, okay, cool, I'm happy to play that. I'm going to enjoy that, etc., etc. And we all know that they are never going to really rate it that low. Yeah. It didn't destroy my soul. I wasn't too sad about the showcase. If I was on PlayStation, I think if I was a PlayStation gamer, I would have been heavily disappointed in the PlayStation state of play, considering their state of play doesn't include PlayStation.
That's why I call it the state of dismay.
The best game they showed on there, I think, was Dragon's Dogma, and that's coming to Xbox. So, yeah, that's what I mean. I think it was Rise of Ronin. That's the one that looked like it did look like Assassin's Creed. I think it was that one of them that looked like. I think
It
was
is.
like Assassin's
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
It
It
looked
looked like
like
Assassin's
World.
Creed slash Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah.
Well, with the gliding, I
Yeah.
definitely was like, oh, this feels like Assassin's Creed, like 2 and Brotherhood.
3
Yeah.
for sure, because of the glider too, and the way the towns were made. Because somebody said that on the show the other day, Crusader on my show. He's
Yeah.
like, It reminds him of Assassin's Creed 3 because of how Boston was made in there when you
Yes,
run
I would
across the
agree with you
rooftops.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then wasn't there like a crow going through or something flying through the town as well?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I liked what I saw with Rise of the Ronin. Actually, my top two. I'm trying to think of the third, but my top two was Judas and Rise of the Ronin. Both third-party games, by the way. But yeah, those two actually took the show for me. Stellar Blade, which is on screen now, didn't actually diminished for me when I saw it here. If that sounds odd, I don't know. I like the visuals look good. I think the combat looks kind of cool because I like the high octane Devil May Cry-ish action that speaks to me. But I wasn't blown away. It seems, and we had Agent Dilly on the show the other day, and he said something I thought made sense. He said it feels kind of empty. Like you're doing all this, but the game is not. It doesn't have a real substance. And I'm like,
it's soulless, right?
Nah.
It's got no substance.
Exactly.
The dialogue seemed off as well, I thought.
Yeah, exactly. So it didn't do anything for me as far as that goes.
I agree with you on the Stellar Blade front. Like, I mean, that art style doesn't really do anything for me. And I know people are like, oh, I don't really like over-sexualized content, but I'm like, if you do look at it, that is kind of what that actor or person is that they modeled the character off. Looks like that in real life. But no, I've just no interest in it. Helldivers 2 looked good. I agreed with you on that. That's a game I'm going to play at some point.
The one Risky actually said didn't look too bad. The V one.
V Rising?
Which looked a bit like Diablo. Yeah, it looked a bit like Diablo. But it looks like he's sort of also sort of a creator, sort of world creator thing. That looked interesting. So, yeah. That's probably... That and Dogma probably stood out the most. The rest of it, none of it really interested me.
I mean...
and then it obviously got the thingy shadow dropped. They shadow dropped Silent Hill, the short message, the demo of that, and that's got a rating on Metacritic for 46.
Yeah,
so it's just they didn't like that at all.
Yeah, they got destroyed.
But it looked really bland in a way. It reminded me of Outlast. When I showed it, I thought, this is Outlast, isn't it?
It's funny though, because when I saw that, I thought if you were to tell someone, "Hey, this is the new Silent Hill," I think they would have been more excited for that than what they saw with the Silent Hill 2 remake. Because Silent Hill 2 looks dated as hell. It looks super dated. It looks clunky. It looks unpolished. It looks like they need at least 2 or 3 more years on that game.
Yeah.
And I don't even care for Blue Team. I'm going to tell you. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect, because it needs all the time it can get. It looked really janky. If I was excited for Silent Hill 2 before that, I would have lost all interest after that. They show some VR that does nothing for me. I don't care about that. Metro Awakening, though, from some people who do care about VR, they said that looks good, which it does. That other one, Legendary Tales, looked like a super old fake copy of like Elder Scrolls. That didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, they mocked Avowed, and that looked like the way they described Avowed, saying it looked really old and dated. That's what this game looked like. It actually looked like what they described what Avowed was. It looked awful. Yeah. The combat and everything. It did actually look really bad. The graphics and everything. It did actually look everything what they was saying was Avowed. They went quite over it. After all the first person, we hate games should be first person. This game looks dated. The combat looks janky. And then they showed that game, and it was like, is this what you mean? This is what you didn't want?
I'm gonna call out.
Spoke it up on yourselves.
The PlayStation VR content, because none of that is staying on the VR. That's going to the MetaQuest, to PC. So,
and none of it's first party.
None of it's first party. It's all third party.
Yeah.
And I really just want
which, by the way, Red, it tells you how Sony sees their own product.
Yeah.
Well, they need
notice
to
you're
put
not
their
seeing
product
any
on PC. They need to put their product on.
They're
PC.
going to have to.
They're going to have
because.
To.
Yeah, because they don't listen. This is why I told people, they were like, "I'm going to get the PSVR." I'm like, "Why? Why would you waste your?" They're not going to keep funding that project.
Yeah,
it's a niche thing already, as it is. They're banking their games. They've trained their gamers to be a certain type of gamer. VR is not it for them. Of course, our Who brothers will champion it and like, yeah, we got VR. They don't care about that. Not in real numbers.
No,
it's a niche thing. That's why it's
going
to fail.
Really talking about it after the showcase. Oh, I'm really excited for this, and I'm really excited for this to play on my PSVR. I am going to say though that it now looks like PlayStation VR, like the program that they're using to get VR titles through, is actually starting to support more than just, I guess, feeling like little I can't think of the word for it, but like demos. They don't feel like demos anymore or look like demos. They actually look like fully fledged games, rather than just a concept of going, this is what you could be doing on the PlayStation VR. So kudos to that. I'm going to give props to that. But these games are coming to PC anyway, so I mean, that's probably why they look like fully fledged games. Yeah. Ashtray, any thoughts?
I think they still need. I was just saying, I think they still for VR. They still need their first party studios to be back in VR.
They won't. They're not going to use that money on VR.
No, exactly.
They need to.
That's why it won't ever be worth anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly, and that's probably only sold about 1 million units, if that.
Yeah.
And the first PSVR sold about 5 or 6, so it's a lot less. People aren't wanting it. It's not what they want. Cost of entry, the lack of content, it's not there. And you're right, they need to unlock it for PC if it wants to stay relevant.
I mean, the clear
who knows
lack
they're
of
gonna do that.
support, like they get treated like second-class citizens on their own platform, which is really sad. Yeah.
I mean, you don't really hear about it anymore, except they show these every now and then. It's like the PS Portal. We don't hear shit on that either anymore already. And now they're already talking about another handheld already. Like,
I have so many things to say about that.
What's
we'll
going
get
on?
to that. We'll get to that. You're about to leave.
I am about to leave, yeah.
Well, do you want to add a bit about the handheld before you head out, or anything else you want to add about the state of play, and then we'll continue?
So just quickly on the state of play, look, I put a poll out saying, should PlayStation continue to do these state of plays? I think the end result was only marginally they need to continue to do them. What's the point if there's no first party, in my opinion, right? And if it's going to be third party or second party games, they need to really kind of state of play, and let them know that it's second party or indies or whatever, and just manage expectations better.
Yeah. Because
otherwise you're going to get everybody getting upset continuously with no first party content. So that's just my thought on that. On the handhelds, this rumor of a new handheld, what the hell? What's going what's going on with that? It's apparently going to be backwards compatible with the PS4. Does that tell me that people haven't really moved from the PS4 still? And they need to have people stay playing on that. So they're going to make a device that ropes them in. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. Why are they making more and more peripherals? That's what we've seen. We've seen the PSVR, we've seen the Portal, we've seen earbuds, we've seen all this hardware, and we're not seeing any of the software. So are they pivoting? Is this a pivot to hardware over software? Because you've got to designate where you're going to put your money, right? And you've got to do that on an annual basis. So, all right, we're going to have so much for R&D, so much for hardware, so much for software. So are they becoming a hardware company again like they used to be before they became more of a software company? Are they pivoting back to that? Or is this just a rumor that's not going to go anywhere? What was the point of the PS Portal if they're doing a handheld that you can stream games on from both last gen and this gen?
They're trying to get a blood out of the stone out of all their consumers.
Well, there's that, but I mean, it's kind of like they've got no direction and they're not sure where to go, so they're just doing different things and hoping something works. And at this point in time, nothing's really working, and their first party suffering.
Yeah.
And that's been their linchpin. That's the other problem, though, as well, is that they've relied on their first party and third party deals, which they don't really have as much of now because COD is Xbox, etc. That now that seems like they're scrambling to do all these different things to see what's going to work for them, and they really need to just sit back and go, do we really need another handheld? We all know that there's only small profit in hardware compared to software, so why aren't they focusing on their software instead? That's just my opinion on that. I don't know what they're going to do going forward. Like I've said before, it took Xbox, and Xbox was in a very bad way back in 2013. Took them 10 years to turn it around. and that's with Microsoft money.
Yep.
Where are we going with PlayStation? They don't have Microsoft money.
No.
What's their next plans? How long is it going to take for them to dig out of this hole that they're in? People will continue to deny that they're in problems, but you can't tell me that you can't see the writing on the wall. Sean Layden even said before he left, and this is going back what, 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah.
That there's going to be less first-party games. There's an article there somewhere. He said it back then, and we're only seeing it now. Well, we're kind of seeing it a bit before now, but people are only starting to realize it now. I mean, look at Jaffe. Jaffe said, there's a clip on Twitter where he said that, you know, what are they doing? They've got nothing. It's like, you're only seeing this now? We've been seeing this all generation. It's been remakes, remasters. The first lot of games were all planned to be DLC for PlayStation 4 games, and then they held them, delayed them, and then made them PS5 games. The writing's been on the wall for ages, but no one is, well, one, they're denying it, two, they're blind to it, and they just don't want to admit it. But if you look at everything and add it all up, you get a big turd.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's really my rant for all of that. But yeah, if people can keep denying it as long as they want. It just won't change what's actually happening.
Yeah, no, I agree with all of that. As far as the direction and everything with them, you could, like, it's one thing when we say it, but you see our Hoove brothers say it. Like, that's why they're all up in arms. That's why they're like, where are you? And all these crazy reactions and such, because even they realize there is no real roadmap put out there. Now, I'm not saying Sony's not in the lab cooking. They probably are, likely, right? They don't get to where they are by not doing anything. So I'm sure they are. It's just that it's going to take way longer for them than it is currently for Xbox. They're going through somewhat of a drought that, like you said, we faced on Xbox side of things in 2013, going, you know, to 15, whatever it may be, or 17, and things started to turn around. Microsoft, like you said, is behind Xbox now. Clearly, we have the studios. Clearly, we have the talent. Clearly, we have the IP. It's going to be, as long as they deliver on those deliverables, it's smooth sailing for us. And this is on top of third party. Like, I saw Riskit in the chat, and he was saying, you know, you got to highlight this. They have to do this because they don't have first party. Now, he's not wrong, but if you're a consumer who's looking for first party and you only see third party games that the other platform is going to share, you're going to be like, okay, where's my next first party game? After a minute, just going to start to hit you. Of course, they have to highlight the third party if you don't have any first party. They actually spoke to that on an article, I think, a month or two ago. And this is Sony's modus operandi. They do this all the time. They've done this for as long as we know them. If they don't have first party popping, they go to third party. What I would love for Microsoft to counteract that and buy off a lot of these people's exclusivity before Sony gets a chance to, and leave them real barren over there. But you know, Microsoft is in a position now where they don't even have to do that. Yeah. They have Game Pass. They have their own first party. It's like people are coming to them, whether, you know, people want to acknowledge that or not. People come to them to get on a service now, and I think that, you know, based off both strategies and the money supporting them, I think Microsoft is on the up and up. I think Sony's kind of, you know, in a middling ground, not sure where they're going to go. So we'll see. I don't wish them to fail necessarily, but they're going to have to show, hey, we got this in order. And right now, I don't think they quite have everything in order, if people are being honest. I think they're floundering in some ways. Like we talked about the PSVR 2. Like I said, it's a niche thing. I don't know why they really put money into that, honestly. Like maybe it's because I don't care for VR that I'm kind of like, get rid of that thing. But, you know, and I know some guys play it, don't get me wrong, but it clearly didn't sell well. Like, they would have touted it if they did, right? It's a niche device already as it is being a VR. And you have such other competitors out there with Meta and all these other things. It's like, why? It's like, I think Microsoft made the right call there in field in saying that we're not going to go that direction, you know, personally. So we'll see.
I've got to jump out, guys.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Good to have you on the show.
Cheers, man.
Hopefully from next week I can stay longer, but yeah, things happen, so I've got to go. But yeah, guys, enjoy the rest of the show. You can follow me, AshtreyGaming, on Twitter or Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'll see you guys next week.
Ciao.
Later, brother.
Cheers, Ashtrays.
See ya,
Yeah, mate.
Aruni.
Elite, do you want to read the super chat?
I'm gonna end up another fantastic super chat of $5. Helldivers 2 will make bank on Xbox, like Sea of Thieves on PS5 would make bank. I think multiplayer games like those should be everywhere. So me and Umbra, yeah, we had to talk about this, didn't we, on Twitter today about that. Yeah, we sort of agreed and sort of disagreed on some points. I think games like Sea of Thieves should be on. It's 6 years old. If it went to PlayStation, it would bother me at all. It'd just bring more revenue in to Xbox. It's my belief, and then that would then create more first party, which then would be exclusive to Xbox. So I'm all for that. Hi-Fi Rush, I think is where we disagreed on, didn't we? Hi-Fi Rush, I don't want it to go on PlayStation. I think it should go to PlayStation, but it wouldn't. And it's a year old now. It wouldn't bother me so much if it went to Switch. So that's really my take, because I think after it's been out a year now, and I don't think much more they're going to get much out of it. So if it went to Switch, that would bother me too much. It shouldn't go to PlayStation. They shouldn't put any of these games on PlayStation other than maybe Sea of Thieves and stuff like that, just to generate more money.
See, games as a service titles, and that's where we agree. And I think if you ask most Xbox fans, they'll probably agree. Yeah, allow Sea of Thieves over there. I don't think most would complain about that, because it's a game as a service title. If you keep it a cross-play thing, for sure, even better. That means that the population grows. You know, some of our people, our Who brothers on the other side, will get in, and we can sink their ship and mock them, and you know, because they're on the other side of things. That works, right? Absolutely. But when it comes to a brand new, lauded and celebrated IP, as you have with something like Hi-Fi Rush, which I love, by the way, played it so much, and I'm going to go back to it again. When you have something like that that's unique to you and your platform, I don't think it behooves you to quickly usher that onto another platform, because it takes away that special thing from your platform. Like, I had that tweet I made, and it's still generating a ton of traffic right now, by the way. I might have to mute that.
Oh, was it?
But the one I posted earlier about, you know,
people still going about it.
Some are emotional, some understand it. Because, you know, when you say that, oh, you guys want to do it, I'm like, I didn't say anything like that. I just said, how does it make you feel? That's all I asked. But the thing is like, you get a volatile reaction from people, because people don't want what they've paid themselves and bought themselves into this ecosystem. Like, this is the part of their thing. And I understand some people who are like more PC centric, so they're kind of like, I don't care about this being over there or there, because they're PC. They're going to get both. They're on PC, right? But when you have been trained, I go back to the training thing. When you've been trained to understand this walled garden of exclusivity, it is somewhat detrimental to you if you have bought into the ecosystem of one or the other, and then those games are suddenly leaving to go to that competitor on the other side, and that's part of the problem. And if I guarantee you, if God of War or Spider-Man was coming to Xbox, our Hoof brothers would be having a fit on Twitter. It wouldn't even be kind. They would be far more vicious than they are right now. So I say that to say it's always Xbox that has to do this thing, and that's part of why the reactions are such as they are. But again, a gas title, that's no problem. Bring those to everywhere, right? But something like the Hi-Fi Rush, I feel like, to me, since it's a single player game, it's brand new. It had a ton of positive reaction. It actually had a decent amount of sales from Steam and things like that. Even on Xbox, it had a decent amount, but Steam the most. You can do so much with that going forward, from a cartoon or to other forms of media with it, a movie even, maybe. You never know. It's so much more you can do with it, I think, than to just simply say, here, have this. And I'll say this, because somebody else offered that too. They said, well, I don't see it like a year after you bring it to PlayStation or Switch, it's not going to really harm anything, because they're not going to buy it on Xbox. I said, you're right. But a year after, are they really going to buy it over there on Xbox, on PlayStation and Nintendo? Not really. It's not going to be much sales for it anyway. So what purpose does it serve?
On PC with PlayStation's first party going over there.
Exactly. It's diminishing returns. Like, what will it really matter to bring it to Switch or to PlayStation at this point? Switch, I can see it making more sense. They might do well over there. I won't write it off just yet because Nintendo is kind of hard for me to gauge because you see what they do with their first party sales. It's like, sheesh, you sold 30, what? How many? 30 million? So you never know. And they did that with Ori. They did it with other games, Minecraft, etc. So I can't say that it won't take off. I would venture to guess, though, and wager that bringing it over there a year later or however later it is, I don't think the sales are going to matter that much comparatively. I don't think it's going to be like, we needed to do this.
They've shown
that too.
Time
Good
and time
point.
again that they will pick apart anything, and they will still be negative, and it's not going to help. I know they're a business at the end of the day, and they want to make money, but I agree with you. I don't think they're going to make as much money as a result of putting it on PC. I think Nintendo's a different conversation, very different conversation, because those gamers there do buy games. Like, in comparison to PlayStation and Xbox, I feel like they are very much into purchasing their games.
Yeah, I agree with that. Nintendo that's the outlier for me. I can't gauge. I think it would work on Nintendo, to be fair. I don't know how much engagement it would get because it's like the PALWORLD thing we talked about, lightning in a bottle. You don't know, right? It's that great unknown. It could land over there and they're like, yeah, we're all going to buy this thing. Or it could be like, like 5,000 sales. You know what I mean? And if you only got like 5,000 sales, did that really move the needle for anybody on Xbox? No. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like why even do it? Yeah. Thank you, Red. I try. I see you, Wolf. I'm slicking my hair back that I don't have.
What we see behind the scenes.
Oh,
I told him to keep his robe on. Like,
I
Wolf,
refused.
He's undone. He's made it a bit loose, so you can just see just enough.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just enough. You got to pay for the rest.
Yeah. Just the tip.
That's Risket's line.
Yeah. That's all Risket's got, though. That's the thing. Yeah. With Risket's got a willy like a mushroom. It's just all tip.
Heading back to the showcase anyway, because we were talking about the showcase. We changed up a bit because of what is it? Ashtray having to go. But like, I was actually really surprised that Sonic Shadow Generations there. That's a remaster of what, in a 2011 game?
Yeah. Said remaster show.
Remaster show. Until Dawn enhanced. So it's just being made for a version for the PS5, and it's coming to PC. My face is pressed against my phone right now. Sorry, Wolf. You're hilarious. He said you smell great too, by the way, Umbra. So you should probably look behind you, see where he is.
Red, how did you get in here?
Was there anything else
behind me all this time?
Yeah. You should ask for.
Somebody made a great comment, actually. Right? You know what, Red? You know what to do. See this part right here with Rise of the Ronin. That looks so fun, by the way. The traversal and how he transitioned right to the horse and all of that. So dope. Yeah. And I thought the combat looked really good. So just to finish up on the state of play thing, 6.5 for me. But Rise of the Ronin looks excellent. Third party, of course. I'm not going to be like, oh, Sony did their thing. Although I'm sure Sony may have put some input into
fans
this.
are saying that Sony working their magic again.
They may have. To be fair to Sony, I'm sure they probably sent some people over to help on how to narratively, how they want to present it. I wouldn't put that past them. They've done it before. But Rise of the Ronin. You
say that, but the moment these games do poorly, they say they didn't help them out. Like, remember they sent all the,
right.
Remember they announced that they're sending their devs over for that Callisto Protocol game.
Oh,
and they did actually send devs over, and they all claimed it as their game. And it done really poorly, and then they just brushed it off as it weren't part of their game. Same as Forspoken's another one.
They sent them out there, by the way.
Yeah,
right?
as soon as these games do badly, they sort of just ignore them. So no, nothing to do with Sony, nothing to do with third party, nothing to do with Sony.
Right. Yeah. Disavow. No, but you're right. No, I mean, we'll see one way or another. But as far as what I was impressed by, Ronin, Rise of the Ronin, and it looks dated in some ways, but like just
it does
in general fun. It looks like it's a fun game.
Yeah.
That Judas blew me away because it's nothing but pure Bioshock vibes
fun
from
as
Ken
hell.
Levine, and it did right. Like I'm
It looked
excited as
really
hell
good.
for that.
I was surprised that
It
people
did.
were trashing that game and then complaining and going, "Well, it's not."
Did they?
Yeah, there were people who were, "It's not Bioshock like original," and it's like, no, it's made by the people who made Bioshock, but it's not Bioshock. It's got a completely different
Right.
name. Yeah.
It's crazy that people said that negative about it because nothing all about it looked positive to me. I did see some people trying to compare like Clockwork Revolution to it. Oh, Clockwork Revolution looks better. I'm like, they
Two
both
different
look really damn
games.
good.
Like you can't
Yeah.
really compare the two.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, I think Hater Diavola, he made a great point in the chat. He says ports on other platforms don't happen with the wave of Magic One. It will take a lot of time from devs that should be used on making exclusive first-party games. Now, I don't think Hi-Fi Rush would take that much time, but I do agree in the principle of what you're saying. That time they're using to port that game over there that might not even sell, but maybe 1,000 plus copies for all we know. Yeah, you could have been better using that time, those people, to make something for Xbox. I agree with that. Just saying. But Sea of Thieves, any games as a service title, I wouldn't have a problem with them doing. I think it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. They just don't have to put their big blockbusters on there. They can put games like Sea of Thieves on there. Even put Grounded on there. Put Grounded on PlayStation.
Did you see Sea of
put those
Thieves
smaller
at
titles,
their
but-
showcase? It was the highlight of the show.
Yeah, they're all looking forward to that one.
They said
Apparently
Xbox was going
yeah.
third party, that we were going to see Sea of Thieves there, and they were right.
Yeah.
They were so right, they were wrong.
So, have we got? Did we cover our last topic then?
I haven't talked on it. You haven't talked on
where is
it. I
it?
don't think Umbra's talked on it. But I just really want to quickly say, like, for those who sort of talked and trashed, like, Indiana Jones on the developer showcase for Xbox, saying it looked like a PS3 game and all of that, that game looked fantastic. And then we have people calling out Rise of the Ronin because it doesn't look as good as other current gen games, because there is some textures that don't look pristine in 4K, and I'm like, last time I checked, I don't play a game for the pixel count. I don't play a game for just pretty graphics, gameplay and frame rate. And I think that game looks hella fun, and it looks great. And regardless of what anyone has to say about it, the people who are moaning about its graphics, when you go and play it, you are going to forget about the graphics and you're going to grow the hell up. Yeah. What are your thoughts about them pulling out Kojima at the last second to save the show? No, I'm kidding.
I thought it was I thought it was funny, but like that was the only major thing
He always
he
likes
kinda
showing
did
up.
there.
He does.
He does.
It was, yeah.
They money bagged him into that. I will give this a highlight too. The first game I thought was as boring as watching paint dry, to walk around like this and just be delivering. Death Stranding 2, actually, and it's a dumb name, by the way. Death Stranding on the beach. It's like, what? Who helped you come up with that title? I would have told them no.
I thought when they were talking about the new, when you're watching the trailer and they're talking about we're no longer with the US, whatever that name is, and we're actually now called this, or we're now, this is the name of the ship or whatever. I thought that was going to be the name, and I was like, that's actually a cool name. And then they showed on the beach, and I was like, failure.
Yeah, it's like, what was that? I don't know what, like, Kojima is weird when it comes to things, or something like how he presents his games and story, but I don't know. I just thought that was stupid.
He was probably on
sounds
holiday
dumb.
coming up with a concept, and he's like, I'm just on the beach. Cool, that's the name of the game.
Yeah, right. You never know.
Yeah.
But
You never know.
that looks weird, but I will give them credit as far as this Decima engine. Sony has a winner there.
It looks
This Decima
impeccable.
engine is, it's incredible. Like, even this part here where the person looks up, that looks like real life. Like, look at that.
Yeah. And
Looks damn good.
the motion capture for the actors and such is really, really good. You can tell that, like, utilizing that side of the movie industry that Sony has backing themselves up, because it like pulled out because they were on what, Columbia Studios, I think, when they were doing his bit. They've done a lot of work, and I think it's definitely a step up on the first game, and that game looked really, really good. I'm a bit worried about the action espionage game that they're talking about, which is still in clearly early development, because it's just said like it's gonna be a lot of like movie stuff in there as well, and I was like, hopefully it still feels like what I guess people know and love about his original Metal Gear Solid games. Obviously it can't be Metal Gear Solid, has to be something else, but still something in there from there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just going to say on the clip, actually, on the only thing that's weird about it is like the bit they're showing now is the bit they're talking. The characters seem to be sort of greyed out, almost if they're superimposed on a background, like a green screen.
I think the bokeh thing at the back.
It just looks odd.
The way
later he was color like he is now. See it right there.
Yeah.
But it's like I didn't understand. Maybe he was being deloused or something. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know, but they both was like it though. She was like it and all.
I mean, it's still in development, so the first showing you can't really say that
also these are cutscenes as well.
Get delivered in the final version.
True.
Yeah. It is going to be cutscene heavy
puppet,
though.
By the way.
It's going to be cuts. But I think he did take to heart a lot of the criticism from the first game, where adding a lot more action in there, which is key. Honestly, Elite, why don't you actually tell the chat your real highlight of the show, which actually had its best trailer and showing, Foam Stars?
Yeah.
I knew you were just... You got a line of t-shirts coming out, right? I'm kidding. Foam Stars.
That game's not going to do well, is it? Let's be honest.
It's going to be fine. It's initially, because it's going into...
it's on all platforms as well, apart from Xbox.
It's going on to PS
Yeah, it's on PS Plus,
and
PlayStation 4,
August it's probably coming
PlayStation
to PC
5.
If it doesn't get canned before then.
Yeah. So that definitely needs to be on all platforms. Right. But poor old Sony, it's Square Enix, isn't it? Paid Square Enix a bunch of cash, and once again Square Enix can watch one of their games die because they've took the money instead. So that's gonna just die. That should have been on all platforms. That should be a multiplayer game.
Oh. I mean, this
Square Enix
one
never gonna learn, are they?
I felt like was more of a rip-off of Nintendo than PALWORLD ever will be. At least they tried to like add other things from other games to like pad it out and make it less virtually a clone of Pokemon. Like Foam Stars is like, it's no longer paint, it's foam. Okay, you do you.
Right, so I won't linger too much on this one because I think I'm meant to be in another podcast right now. So the new PlayStation handheld powered by AMD is early development. 18 CUs, 1.8 gigahertz or slower. GPU to maintain compatibility with PS4 and PS5 titles. So the question is, why they've just brought this out, having brought out the Portal.
Is it 2 years
it all
away?
Completely overshadows that and makes people that bought the Portal. Yeah, but still, why did you buy the? Why would you have bought the? Imagine you just spent 500 on the Portal. Now they release this. You're like, why? Why?
Yeah.
Why, Sony? Why have you just mugged me off like that? You just feel all cheap. And then this is across PS4 and PS5. It's almost like it's everything the Portal can't do. They thought, that's going to die. Okay, we just release another one.
Yeah.
It's shocking, really. It's a massive rip-off. If it turns out to be true, it's completely ripped off their own gamers that bought the Portal. Massively. And I hope they're allowed to return their Portals and buy this instead. Do a hand. Because what's the point of the Portal? There is actually no point once this comes out. No point at all. So that's all I've really got to say on that.
Umbra?
I don't know too much about that. I think that's
comments on Twitter saying,
I was going to say, I don't think there's much truth to be had to discuss that just yet. So I'm not even. It doesn't really, appeal to me to discuss it. If they do it, cool. I think they should have a handheld. I think Xbox should have one as well. In fact, by the way, I don't know if you all saw, but Jazz was speaking and speculating on that. Yeah, and Phil liked that tweet about him Xbox having a handheld. So who knows? And he said he's heard about them having multiple hardware products in development. So Xbox is not going anywhere as far as the
No.
console space, and I imagine I said they would have a Pro. We'll see if that happens. I don't think we're leaving this generation until 2028, personally.
Yeah.
So we'll see. By the way, FarQ says, "Why do ponies like this game? Aren't they all always also walking on barren planets, which is something they claim Starfield has and was boring?" So true.
Yeah, exactly.
The
We had a
hypocrisy knows no
jetpack in
bounds.
Starfield though, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can travel far instead of just walking
See,
or
hypocrisy
stumbling.
has no bounds when you're a Hoof brother, though.
Yeah.
And by the way, but this part
Yeah.
here with Troy Baker, this actually got me a little hyped for this game. I was like, all right, it's look kind of cool, this part.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. I don't know if I would invest into this. I haven't beat the first one, so some call it a masterpiece. I thought it was boring as hell from what I played.
Yeah.
I don't know.
About the handheld, very quick. Sorry, I'll let you
Yeah.
go.
No, I was just going to say, actually, reading what someone's broke it all down here. They said, just to give a comparison, what the handheld is, the Nintendo Switch weighs 0.66 pounds. The PS5 DualSense weighs 0.61 pounds. If this is correct, the PlayStation handheld will weigh 5 pounds. It will weigh a lot more than the Nintendo Switch. It will be a heavy piece of kit. So, if you want to carry that around with you,
But that's
£5
currently,
it's going to weigh. That's quite a lot.
I think the rumors are like it's probably coming out like 2 years away, maybe. I can't remember. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. But I think if they're gonna do a handheld, I think they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna release a handheld in the rest of this generation. I think it's probably gonna be something that they release for next gen, so they can do the R&D work now. Because again, it's a big FU to their whole fan base. For those who bought the PlayStation Portal, to then go, hey, here's a handheld, and you don't just stream from your PlayStation 5. You can take it anywhere you want, and you can it's got Bluetooth enabled, so you don't have to like strong-armed into buying one of our headsets. You can stream directly from the PS Plus now, etc., etc. I think it would be so sad to see that. I agree, though, that I think they are going to do a handheld. I think they've probably listened to some of the criticism from the PS Portal and gone, okay, we maybe should have gone a bit more. And I think Xbox will probably also be looking at one. They don't necessarily need to do one, though, because there's all those other handhelds which you can put Game Pass on, which have access to the Microsoft Store for the games that are available. And but it is something that is worth looking at for the gamers who want to play that way, rather than being stuck in and sitting stationary in front of their television or their computer screen. And they will probably want to take it on the go and game whenever they have free time to game, if they've got a busy day ahead of themselves. So I think Xbox, there was that rumor in the leaks that they were looking at a handheld. What that looks like, probably going to be maybe next gen, who knows. But yeah, it's just sad. If this is true, I'm just like, I hope like anything that they do not deliver that handheld this current gen. You would have massive egg on your face for pissing away your consumers' money with the PS Portal. Makes it worthless, pointless. Anything else?
True story.
Cool story, thank
No.
you. Yeah. Elite, why
That's a true story.
Oh, I thought you said cool story. I was like, you're an asshole.
A true story.
PlayStation doesn't have a roadmap. Everyone is correct. Whoever wrote that in the chat. Yeah.
That was me.
There's someone else in there.
Oh, wow.
And I think Highlander's like
Thanks
more
for the
excited
shout,
for
though.
the Xbox one. Yeah. Elite,
Yeah.
great to have you
Yeah, it was me.
as a
Good one right
guest. Don't know who we're getting next week, but can't wait to see who replaces you.
Yeah. What was his name? Bucky.
We can head out. Thank you, Umbra, for showing up as our musical guest and serenading Elite.
A sexy guest.
Yeah. We couldn't, yeah. If only you could see what we see. If only you could see what we see, then you would understand why Elite said sexy guest. Yeah. But thank you so much. Love having you on. I actually need to get it back on and play some Halo since the new content dropped, so hit me up, Umbra.
Same. It's been a minute. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Of course, too. It's Black History Month, so they roll out their annual Black History armor and all that.
They've
To
got
me,
the
I'm going to be
skin,
honest.
they've got a visor, they've got an emblem.
They do.
They've got all sorts.
I'm going to be honest with you though. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I got to turn in my black
I
card.
actually liked.
What don't you
But
like?
I wouldn't put it on my outfit.
I don't like the colorway. Like I think the design for it could be better implemented on the armor. It just looks like here's some random the RGB colors for Black Unity, and it just thrown on the armor. It doesn't look stylish to me.
I thought you just they made a mistake like I did in Spider-Man 2 with the flags. Got the colours.
That is true. At least they haven't made that mistake.
Yeah, they didn't do that at the very least. But that's cool though. But I do want to get back on it. They're gonna have to fix those prices though, Rick. Like for instance, they got the new pieces and devices, not devices, but the customization for the sniper rifle that you get in it, and all of that is bundled together for all those different armor pieces and all that.
I'm pissed off about that. Like, there's one thing. I was like, I want to buy one thing, but I have to buy this whole bundle to get the one thing I want in it, and I want one particular shader, and I have to buy like 1,000 other things to get it out.
Exactly. It's annoying. They need to stop that.
Just let me
stop
buy
it.
individual items.
Exactly. Just let us buy individual stuff. I guarantee they would garner much more sales if people were able to do what they want to do, and not feel like you're nickel and diming them.
Yeah,
exactly.
And then you'll probably find that people spend more not realizing it when they're paying smaller amounts for individual items. You'll get more people buying it. Yeah.
I agree. But yeah, man, always a blast to come and spend time with you guys. You're my Xbox family, so it's always fun. And anytime you need me, of course.
Family.
Yeah.
Family.
We got to get the family pillow plan out there for our. Yeah.
We might do a game initiative pillow when we start doing merchandise. Maybe we do pillowcases instead of t-shirts.
That. Yeah, put a little lemon design on it.
I'm leave the show by that point.
Get the Red Dead Panda pillowcase.
Definitely leaving by that point.
But thank you guys for having me. Like I said, always a blast. You can find me, of course, on Xbox as Infinite Umbra, but it's with an L. Don't tell anybody with the I. But Twitter X Infinite Umbra or Umbra Infinite. You'll find me either way. On Boom's Xbox Factor podcast on Tuesdays at 12 Eastern. My podcast, The Fix, on Thursdays at 8 o'clock Eastern. And later tonight, you'll find me on the Infinite podcast, named after me. Don't let Risket tell you otherwise. With Risket for the
Halo,
biscuit.
Right?
No, it's named after me.
Well,
it's after me.
mean, Halo was named after you, so Halo Infinite. They were like, we love this Infinite Umbra guy, so let's pay homage. Yeah.
6 degrees of separation. Yeah. One led to the other and to the other.
100%.
But yeah, so
like a human centipede.
Yeah. Perfect for our membership pillows that you can sit on. As you said.
You get pillars and link all together.
Oh my god.
Oh man. But yeah, for the Xbox, the Infinite podcast, myself, Risket as host, and that blue number, of course, Jedi Knight Peter. And so yeah, come by later in a few. Actually, what time is it? Whoa, go 30 minutes. You guys can swing by and come over there and say hello to us. Yeah. Thank you guys in the chat for coming through. Much love to you all.
Risket said the show's ready to go. Right, just a quick shout out to chat. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for all those that donated. Really appreciate the support and the help. And thank you all for sharing each week. Really love it. Really love the support, and hopefully we get bigger and better, more powerful. But anyway, thank you all for showing up again. Red, do you want to say anything? No? Right, so let's... Go on, Red, do you want to say anything? Red?
No. I'm just so disappointed with you, Elite. Just so disappointed.
What have we done now?
The human centipede stuff with the pillows.
Oh, right. Oh. That'd be great, though, wouldn't it? Make loads of money.
Took a toll on her.
Yeah.
That movie is just It's just not even
It's
a movie.
awful.
It's absolute
It's awful, isn't it?
garbage. Yeah.
It was someone's dream that they just thought, let's turn this into film. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you for the support, and we'll see you next week for
You're
episode
trash.
131.
Delete.
Ignore her.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, boys.
That was a damn good show.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.